Hi guys, Chris again. This time with the infamous Smeg kettle with a lid that is either the button gets stuck or won't open. If it won't open, it's a little bit more difficult to do the repair, but if it can get it open, I'll show you how to fix it. This particular one, the lid, the button, it actually won't push in. A trick, grab your hand on the top of the lid there and sort of in and sideways there, and if you're lucky enough, there she goes, it's down, it'll come apart and come up. Okay, so we've got it open. I'm using the old trusty butter knife today. Some of the plastic stuff's not strong enough. You don't want to use a flat bladed screwdriver, they're too small, not wide enough, or they're too thick. But a nice thin butter knife is solid enough, and you just want to slide it in between the seal and the top of the lid and get it in under and just give it a little flick. You don't want to drag around, and that will just pop apart. I'll just come around under the bottom here now, just get it on the flat side there. Okay, there we go, and we can pop that off. Okay, so once you've got the lid off, the seal just pops out. You just want to make sure that the seal's not broken, and it shouldn't be. You shouldn't have cut it with the butter knife there. But basically the issue is with this kettle, or probably all kettles that run a plastic lid, is the steam, the heat that heats up on the basically the bottom of it here. You basically just got plastic against plastics. You know, this button here is just plastic sliding up inside plastic, and the slider is plastic on plastic. The problem you have is it jams, it gets stuck, it wears, it does all crazy things. So what we're going to do is apply some high temperature bearing grease used in automotive applications. Just a real thin smear of that stuff. That stuff's not going to melt with the heat or the steam. Its melting point's 350 degrees plus the temperature of the grease. So you're not going to have a problem with it melting. So if you use lithium grease and or some of these sprays, especially WD-40, won't work, dries out. You need something that's going to stay there for the long term. So what we're going to do is got this lid off here. You might see it here, there's a spring, and you can actually feel it here. If I just close that lid down, it is sticky to push back, and its idea is there to pull back and lock the lid. So to get this out, it's very simple. Just pull it backwards, don't lose the spring, hang on to the spring, and it comes out back first. So we got it there, and out it comes. And as you can see, I'll put the spring out there. It's just plastic and plastic. Now, to put the grease on, we're not going to apply it on this side here, otherwise you're going to fill up all those little grooves, and that's just way too much grease. You'll end up, it'll probably stick, and then the lid won't close on you. Okay, so the right amount of grease is critical. So the best place to put it is on the flat face here. So a little bit on the finger here, high temp bearing grease, a little dab on there. Now we don't want a lot, we don't want to see it basically, you just want to smear it out around all where that lid operates, that little slider. Okay, nice and thin, nice and thin. Then we can put on and back our clip. It's got a little star joint there, a little star joint on there. We're going to load those two together. So remember, feet in first, okay, feet in first, and then I can either, if I'm lucky enough, just pop that spring in, okay, pop that spring in there, make sure I go over the star joints, okay, and in it goes. Alright, oh, look at that, not much smoother. Okay, now to put it back together, but the last little part that we wanted to grease is the two contact points where the top button meets the slider. Okay, so a little bit more grease, and I'm just going to apply that on the pad of where that slides down. I don't necessarily have to apply any there. If it is very grooved, your one, from the plastic, rubbing on plastic forever and ever, you can get a bit of, say, 600, 800 sandpaper, and just give it a little flatten out, and then apply your grease. But otherwise those grooves will tend to want to bind the two parts together, so it's got to be pretty smooth. Alright, now putting this back together, I'm going to put the seal on the lid, only goes in one way. I've got a large, I don't know if you can see there, it's a large piece, and it lines up with the large cutaway there, so it only goes in one way. So where is it? Snake will bite me. There it is. We're going to just put that in there to start. Okay. Now the idea is just make sure, very important, you get those little knobs into those holes properly and flat. Don't squash them. Don't bend them. Just very carefully. Okay, very carefully. If it's not sitting flat, it's going to be a problem. So around there we go. In you go. Sometimes I need a little bit of wiggle. That one there's giving you, there's the hole there, my friend. There we go. Okay, now I'll just run my little nail around the inside of that there, just making sure that they're all sitting down flat. Oh, that one's not. There it goes. Okay, and another good way is just have a look on the edge there. You can see where it's sticking up a little bit, so I know that that's not sitting flush. But anywhere it's sitting nice and flush around the edge, you know you're in. So you just got to make sure 100% that that seal is sitting. Okay, then we're simply going to clip it back together. Very easy. You've got two clips here, one clip there with the two on the side. All we're concerned about, we've got a double here, and we're looking for the double down on here. So we know that this end is down on that end, and there's the single up there. So over the top, nice and straight, and then very gently clip, 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 clip. Okay. There we go, closed and open. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, just give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you next time.